Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding topics to go over. And as you guys know, Texas Pro wrapped up last night. The winner was indeed Jordan Hutchinson, as expected. Now, as far as that second spot, maybe you haven't seen this coming. It was pretty clear to me after the prejudging that Joe Palacios was going to take that second instead of Quinton Eriya this time around. So Quinton ended up in third, Jewett expectedly in fourth, and actually in fifth we had Emir instead of Bruno Santos. That was surprising to me, but after taking a closer look at this, it was also very clear to me that this is exactly the way it was supposed to be. The judging was good. So let's dive right into it. Let's actually check out these guys a little bit more closely. So yeah, man, what Emir brought to this stage was just ludicrous, man. The condition that he brought, this is something you don't see in open bodybuilding, period. I don't want to say you don't see often, you never see this in open bodybuilding. In classic physique, sure, Jose Manuel brought something very similar to this, but honestly, this looks even freakier. I mean, I don't know if I ever saw harder glutes than this right here. This is just next level. This is insane. Overall conditioning, maybe Jose Manuel is a little bit sharper, but in the glutes, no, I don't think I ever saw this level of hardness. So maybe Bruno Santos was a little bit fuller and bigger, but this type of conditioning had to be awarded. And also, I don't know why Bruno is posing with his glutes like this, popping them out like a wellness competitor. I don't think this is the best way for him to hit this pose. I think he should just flex the glutes properly, tuck the hips in, actually. I mean, there's probably a reason for why he's not doing this. He probably tried both ways and he thinks this is a better way. Maybe it is. Maybe the other way looks even worse. But to me, it seems like he could change this because it doesn't look very aesthetic and he's not showing us his conditioning to the maximum level. I think there would be more lines in those glutes if he actually flexed them. But I don't know why he's doing this. As far as Emir, I mean, yeah, he is not as full and as big as Bruno, but with these details, man, he just couldn't have been ignored. And also, I felt like Emir brought more fire to that stage, more will to actually place well. And Bruno, I think he was just disappointed because this is which show in a row that he's doing now and that he is not in the first call out. He was probably hoping he was going to win one of the shows and qualify for the Mr. Olympia, but he's in the second call out fighting for fifth. So that's probably why he wasn't really trying his best and therefore he went all the way down to sixth spot. Alright, so you guys probably saw the live stream footage, but here is a very interesting angle. Somebody took this video from the audience, and here we can see a little bit more clearly actually how these guys looked, and honestly the lighting in this show was phenomenal. And the background was also great. It was a dark black background, which is always a good thing. So compared to Tampa Pro, all these guys actually could have looked better if they brought it. And some of them did, some of them failed a little bit. Now, as far as the top four guys right here, let's start with Jewett. Did he improve from Tampa? To me personally, it seems like he brought a little bit tighter condition, but he came in a little bit flatter. And no matter what he did, honestly, I don't think he could have done anything better here. Some people are saying that he's not really into bodybuilding as much because he's planning on retiring. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking, where his head is, but I don't think he could have placed better here. I mean, he could have been better. He could have been improved. I don't think he's much improved this year compared to last year. And all the years so far, he has been making a ton of progress, man. A ton of progress every year. This year, however, I don't see any drastic improvements. He's pretty much the same like last year, maybe even a little bit worse. Maybe a little bit worse with the peaking. You know, I don't think he's nailing it quite as good as he could. You know, he could have been a little bit fuller here and sharper. So, Jewett, he took that fourth, but even if his peak was better for this show, I don't see him beating Quinton Eriya. No. I mean, maybe he could have done it last year, but this year, this version of Quinton, an improved version with this structure that Quinton has, no. Jewett can't go against this guy, and he did the best he could this year. Can he qualify for the Mr. Olympia this year? I'm not sure. It depends on how many shows he does, who else shows up at those shows. I mean, top 4 4 at this show is still a great result for him, but is this the best John Jewett we ever saw? I don't think so. I wouldn't say so. I don't think he's improved. I think he's a little bit worse than last year, but we'll see. Maybe he actually improves for the upcoming shows. Now, as far as the People's Champ, you can say that about Quinton at these two shows at Tampa and Texas. Everybody loves Quinton's physique, and a lot of people are saying that he should have won both of those shows because he has the aesthetics. And that's something most people really like to see in bodybuilding. Not a lot of people can appreciate the freak factor, the conditioning, the size, especially over the aesthetics. And honestly, guys, if I'm being completely honest, I was watching the Texas Pro last night and I was watching all the 25 posing routines, and I was thinking, I mean, a lot of these guys are not in great shape, not very aesthetic. It's not really that pleasing to look at them. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just being blunt here. All those guys put in a lot of work to get there. They're all pros. But when you are not aesthetic, when you are not in great shape, when you show up on the stage with a huge waist, huge bubble gut, fat on your glutes, fat on your lower back, I mean, what would you expect? People won't like to see that. And that's me. And I like to see great, big, open bodybuilders in crazy condition, but I understand that the other people who are not maybe as tolerant, let's put it that way, as me, when they see the other guys who are very good, who are at the top in the pro league, but are also a little bit, bigger in the waist or not super conditioned, who are not as aesthetic as Quinton, I understand that they won't really like those physiques as much. So that's why the audience loves Quinton's physique, and I absolutely agree with that. I love his physique as well, but still, the criteria is the way it is, and you just can't win the shows based on your aesthetics if you are not complete in every sense, if you don't have a fully developed back, for example, or you're not as crispy as the other guys. If he was a little bit sharper and a little bit fuller in the back, he would have won this show. Aesthetics are still very, very important, even in open bodybuilding. Proportions, lines, structure, stuff like that. But he still needs to get a little bit better, so you can look at it that way. This can be a message to him, kind of a punishment, let's put it that way. If he nails it, if he brings a little bit fuller and bigger back and a little bit crispier conditioning, he's going to win a show. He's going to qualify for the Mr. Olympia. And if he keeps improving, if he actually gets even bigger in the back and from the side, if he actually gets to the level of size of, let's say, Samson Dauda, he's going to win the Mr. Olympia, guys. He can do that. That's for sure. I can definitely see it. So I really hope he keeps going, he keeps progressing, and in a couple of years, he can win the Mr. Olympia. I believe in him now. Last year, I kind of lost the hope. Now I can see it. I can see that he's able to progress. He's able to bring it. If he continues getting better at this pace, he can be the next Mr. Olympia. And I would love to have a guy like this representing bodybuilding. Yes, I am a fan of Nick Walker, but I know most of the people who are following bodybuilding wouldn't want that sort of a physique to represent the entire bodybuilding to the world, right? So, I mean, you can choose your own guy, you can say whoever you prefer to see on the throne, but I definitely see the argument for Quinton winning these shows and potentially one day winning the Mr. Olympia, but he needs to get at least close to the level of muscularity that the other guys have who are not as aesthetic. He doesn't need to be as big as Nick Walker, but he can get close to him, bring similar level of condition, improve some body parts, and he can dominate any stage in the future. I can definitely see that from this guy. However, at this show, only third place. And we got a statement from him, actually. And basically, he says he is quite disappointed in himself. And he posted a couple of shots of him. And yeah, I understand the disappointment. He didn't really deliver the best conditioning ever. He got a little bit fuller, but he spilled over a little bit. Not the best we saw from him. He was definitely better at Tampa, but the potential is there. We can all see it this year, finally. And also, what is very exciting is that he is not done. He is coming to Europe. And he said this, I don't know where, but this Instagram page, Beyond the Stage TV, shared this, and they did it in a collaboration with him, so he accepted this post. And he also says in his story that he's going to be back soon. That's what he says. I'll be back soon. So he's coming to Europe. Which show in Europe? That's the question. Well, on September 7th, we have Italy. On September 14th, we have Europa Pro Championships in Germany, and we also have Tsunami Pro in France. So there are those three shows. I think the biggest competition he's going to have in those shows are guys like Louis Breed, Mark Hector, the European guys. So I think he can take them out if he brings it, if he looks decently peaked, if he's at least close to what he brought to Tampa Pro or the way he was at Texas. I think he's going to win one of those shows, and I think he's going to qualify for the Mr. Olympia. I think we'll see him on the Mr. Olympia stage this year if he wants to do that. Can he be very competitive on the Mr. Olympia stage? Can he crack the top 10? I mean, I don't know, man. It's not very likely. It's not very likely. These guys are beating him in these American shows. If he finds a weaker European show, yeah, he'll get to the Mr. Olympia stage. And if that's what he wants to do, to experience the Olympia stage, sure, go for it. I'm all for it. I support that decision for sure. But if he wants to actually leave a mark and place at a Mr. Olympia, he needs a couple of, maybe not a couple more years, but at least one more year, one more off-season, to improve that back a little, to gain some more density from the side, a bit more of that side thickness. I can definitely see him placing very well to Mr. Olympia. I mean, cracking the top 10 if he improves a little bit more, 1 year or 2 more years. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below. Alright, now we gotta talk a little bit about this freak right here. We can say a breakout star of the year, Joe Pistachios, just joking, Joe Palacios, but maybe his nickname can be Walnuts because his glutes look like freaking walnuts. I mean, he brought a crazy level of density, of conditioning to this stage. I mean, this back double bicep, I mean, it's definitely one of the best in the world right now, for sure. I'm not saying he can beat Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford. I mean, we have to see him compared to them. But he can go against guys like Regan Grimes, who have an incredible back double bicep. So this is definitely one of the most complete backs, complete back double bicep, complete back poses. In the IFBB right now, he has a crazy back lat spread as well. Look at the conditioning in the hamstrings and the glutes and the size, the density, the thickness of that freaking back, of those freaking lats. I mean, delts and arms and everything. Yeah, this guy is crazy from the back, and also his side chest is insane. The side leg is crazy. I mean, his legs are crazy from the side and from the back because he does have some really impressive glutes and hamstrings. However, from the front, that's where he lacks. His quads are not that great, but like from the side, look at the arm, man. The chest as well. This pose as a whole, really impressive. This guy came out of nowhere and he took this second here. Will he continue competing? I mean, if he goes to Europe as well as Quinton, he can definitely win a show too. I mean, I can definitely see this guy going to the Mr. Olympia stage. He should be on that stage, but again, it's a little bit tricky now. He needs to travel a little bit more, try a little bit harder. Will he continue pursuing this? We'll see, but yeah, he definitely surprised these two shows. He brought something really impressive, and yeah, he's not going to the Mr. Olympia as of right now, but maybe he will. We'll see by the end of this year. And yeah, once again, the winner of the show was Jordan Hutchinson. He brought it, man. Again, maybe he was even a little bit tighter at this show than he was at Tampa. And I kind of feel like this guy is not really getting enough credit. I mean, he is, of course, he's winning the shows, but we're not talking about him as much. Why is that? I think that's because, I mean, he already won Tampa, and he was kind of an unexpected winner here. And also, there is nothing super impressive about his physique. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying his physique is not impressive, it is, but there is not one standout body part. That's what I'm saying. Nothing is super impressive on his physique. I mean, it's impressive as a whole, but he's just overall really complete. And that's why he won this. He has a good structure, he has good balance, he has relatively small waist, good arms, good delts, good back, good hamstrings, good quads, good chest, you name it. Dialed in glutes every time. I mean, he's very complete. Nothing is standing out too much. Everything is just there, and that's why he's winning. And I can see him cracking the top 10 at the Mr. Olympia. But, you know, he's also a new guy. He won his first show. He won his first show this weekend at Tampa. It's not like he's an established pro winner. right? Like, he's also a new guy, but we're talking about Joe Palacios, who just beat Quinton Eriya. We're talking about Quinton, who has an incredible structure. Jewett, who came from 212, and he's a science guy. He's very popular. Nobody kind of knew about Jordan. I mean, some people did, and now he's winning shows, and, you know, it kind of feels like it's expected of him to win these shows. But he just showed up out of nowhere as well. I mean, that's my impression, guys. I don't know about you, but yeah, he won this show. He looked crazy. I don't know if he's planning on doing any more shows. He is from Texas. I guess that's why he did it, to, you know, showcase himself to his own audience, to people that know him. And now he's qualified for the Mr. Olympia. We'll see him there. I think he can crack the top 10. Whatever you guys think, tell me down below. And yeah, another guy that I wanted to talk about in this video is my guy Beef Stew, and whatever happened to him. So if you guys watch my prejudging video, you know that I think that something is wrong with his peaking protocol. I mean, 2 shows in a row, he's just failing to deliver. You know, he is in condition, he has a lot of size, he's just looking super faded for some reason. And he actually made a statement. He posted 2 stories. Let's read them first. So he says, much better than last week. Still in the middle back of second callouts. So maybe I'm just washed. I don't know, dude. My conditioning was okay. It was not representative of my level of actual leanness though. This was a 14-week prep, and I think it could have been 6 to 7 week, honestly. This is another reason of my body getting tired after being lean for a long time. Not as bad as Vancouver last year, but a similar issue. There's just a distinct lack of polish and hardness in my look. I'm just glad I didn't make last week's mistakes, learn and move on. Next prep is gonna be a Matt Porter style shotgun prep, lol. Alright, so he says he's better than Tampa. Is he better? Maybe slightly, but it's not really noticeable that much. And he talks about how his prep was too long and the next prep is going to be super short. When he is too lean for too long, his body fades. I don't care what it is. Nobody cares what it is. He's not bringing it. Whether it's his fault or his coach's fault, I'm not sure, but maybe he should try something else. And apparently he has a coach, but he says his next prep is going to be this way or this the other way. Maybe he's not really listening to his coach fully. Maybe they're kind of cooperating, and a lot of guys are doing that. Maybe he needs to let go, find a coach that can actually help him peak for the show properly, not worry about anything, not care too much about what he's doing. And, you know, if he nails it, he can be very, very competitive. He could have beaten John Jewett here, at least if he was completely on. But he failed to deliver. Whose fault is it? I don't know. I think he should probably try it with another coach. I'm not saying I would prep him better, but I'm thinking I probably could. Anyways, I know he's not going to hire me. I'm not prepping any top-level pros, but I'm prepping a lot of amateur guys. So if you guys are looking for a coach, somebody to prep you for your show or to get shredded for the summer, for the winter, for your wedding or whatever, DM me on Instagram. Anyways, let's move on. And let's mention at least briefly the Masters Mr. Olympia. Apparently, Dorian Haywood won the Masters Olympia. And in second, we had Phil Klahar. I don't know if you guys were even aware this show was happening, but yeah, Masters Olympia happened, and Dorian Haywood is your new Masters Mr. Olympia. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this about bodybuilding. Tell me down below in the comment section whatever your thoughts are about the Texas Pro. Once again, guys, like the video, subscribe, and if you need coaching services, DM me on Instagram at Even Bodybuilding Coaching. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.